So let's go and start from the question number 1 today. Who can request change? Team members and project managers, sponsors, stakeholders, or customers? It's a radio button, so you have to select only one answer. Who can request changes? Always try to find a better or broader answer. Don't stick to one. Never stick to one person. Project manager, never stick to one person. Should be like in the broader spectrum of everyone. Yes, Gopal, you got it right. Ms. Aisha, would you try to change your answer? No, more than that. Team members are the people who will implement the change. Team members and project managers are those people who will implement the change. So it can never be the answer. Remaining about customer, yes, customer can request it, but there is more better answer than customer, which is stakeholders, because a stakeholder has everything inside. So that's what whenever we choose an answer, try or prefer to choose an answer which describes majority, which impacts majority. So correct answer is stakeholder. I could say customer also, but stakeholder is better answer than other. Convinced? Great. Next question. A financial tool that calculates the present value of all cash outflows minus the present value of all cash inflows is referred to as which of the following? So now you will say that, Imran, we have not learned in that much. We have just looked at the formula. So yes, this is more than enough to remember. If you look something minus something, it can be internal rate of return. And we discuss internal rate of return should be in the percentage, right? So internal rate of return cannot be the answer because this is the amount of investment you are going to get per percentage, 5% per year, 5% per quarter, 10% per quarter, and so on. So it cannot be the answer. And benefit to cost ratio, we said it has to be like 1:2 or 2:4. So it's not ratio also, correct? So its benefit to cost ratio cannot be there. Now return on investment. Return on investment means how much you will do and how much you will get. So if you look at it, it's about cash flows. It's about cash outflows and inflows. Does it shows profit or something? No, right? So it cannot be return on investment also. So that is what remaining net present value. What is net present value? Present value of all cash outflows minus the present value of all cash inflows. So this terminology is actually representing to the net present value. So where you can check that how the things are happening in the project, so you can keep it on the track. So that is the answer for question number 2. Present value of all cash outflows minus present value of all cash inflows. So that will be the net present value in terms of investments also. Great. Let's move ahead. For this project, the team may develop its own set of operating procedures and operate outside the standard formalized reporting structure during the project. What organizational structure does this represent? In which organization structure team has the possibility to choose their own procedures: functional, composite, projectized, or matrix. Team may develop its own set of operating procedures and operate outside the standard formalized reporting structure during the project. It means, if you look at it, the team is working in an environment where they have what standard operating procedure we have in the organization also. And if you look during the project, so they have what organization as well as project. So in functional manager has the authority. In projectized, project manager has the authority. Where is the team? If you guys are answering like this. So in functional manager has the authority. In projectized, project manager has the authority. But what we are discussing, team. And in metrics, functional manager and project manager have authorities. And I'm giving the explanation, I'm giving you the context as well. In metrics, we have what? Both managers have authority. It depends, coordinator, expediter, or manager. So weak metrics, balanced metrics, or strong metrics. But team can have the authority in composite. Composite means multiple. And majority of the time it is like agile. So whenever you have the answers, please try to evaluate and interlink the answers. The word team is very crucial here. If it is the project manager, then I could understand in a different environment, it's project tasks. If it is the function manager, then functional organization. If both have it, so metrics. But here team is developing its own set of procedures. So it means it's all the answers are not matching the questions. The only option which is matching is composite. Agreed with the clarifications? Great. Let's go next. Early in the establishment of the project, the PM spends time looking for historical data. That might be helpful in planning the new project. She's looking for project documents that have been completed that she might be able to use as template. She's also looking for information about established processes and procedures. Processes and procedures are the part of what? OPA or EEF? You know the answer, right? Yes, Yasir, your answer is correct. What about others? Historical data, policies and procedures, templates, they are the part of OPA or EEF. They are the part of OPA because EEF contains the constraints. What EEF contains? It contains the vision, code of conduct, organization culture, geographical distribution of facilities, resources availability, the software's availability, external constraints like regulatory organizations, and so on. While OPA contains the policies, procedures, knowledge bases, past project templates, past project archives, templates to be used, all the things are available in OPA. Progressive elaboration has nothing to do, and organization project management is also nothing to do with the answer. Next, what is organization project management? Anyone remembers? OPM contains the governance, that how to select a project or a program or a portfolio. So OPM provides the governance and guidance to these people. Progressive elaboration, as the time passes by, information will become more clear. My question here is, we have done in the previous classes also, when we are creating the WBS, so WBS is created based upon rolling wave planning or progressive elaboration. WBS, the work breakdown structure, is created for or by rolling wave planning or progressive elaboration. WBS is always created by the rolling wave planning. So we can create a work package. And once the information becomes more clear, so we would be able to define activities. So when we make the WBS, we use it on the rolling wave planning. And then as we go deeper, we find out further. That is called as progressive evaluation. I hope you understood. Is it okay, or you want me to explain more? Okay, let's continue. Next, the methodology used to systematically test possible solutions, assess the results, and implement those that work is known as Kaizen, continuous improvement, plan, do, study, act, and retrospect. And I told you that if you find similar answers, they can never be the right answers. So which answers are similar here? Exactly. The methodology used to systematically test possible solutions. Assess the results. Assessment happens where? What should be the answer for this point? Yes, Gopal, correct. Yasir, correct. Good. Kaizen lends to continuous improvement, and continuous improvement is connected with plan, do, study, act. So they all are what? Same thing. Correct. So in that context, retrospects is the only available choice. And if you look at it, retrospect is actually the method of assessing the results, how we have done it. If we have made some mistakes, we are not going to repeat it. For future challenges, what roadmap we have to adapt so we can make the life easy, or we can make the mistakes correct. So assess the results and implement it. If you guys remember, what is retrospects? What went wrong? What we forgot doing it? What we should continue doing it? What we should stop doing it? What should be our strategy for the next iteration or sprint? So retrospect is the best for this position. And inside retrospect, we do all these things, right? We do retrospect for the same purpose, continuous improvement, isn't it? We have both chat windows and mic also to speak. So you can use it if required. So in retrospect, or the purpose of retrospect is what? Continuous improvement. Great, let's go next. Who is regarded as the father of the continuous improvement? And I think answer is very clear. Yes, Mohsen and Mubashir. Good. What about others? Yes, Mr. Fari. Good. Mr. Daming, plan, do, study, and act. That's what it belongs to. The continuous improvement belongs to Mr. Daming Edward. Philip Crosby said quality should be planned, managed, and controlled. Turan says total quality management as well as 80-20. Next, a meeting that is held at frequent intervals in an agile project is referred to as which of the following? Lesson learned meeting, end of phase meeting, status meeting. There are 4 meetings here, and 3 are going for the predictive one, while in Agile we have only one, which is a very clear answer. Mubashir has already given the answer. Yes, it's correct. What about others? It should not take that long for you guys to answer it. Lesson learn meeting we do in predictive. Phase end meeting we do in predictive. Status meeting we do in predictive. There is no frequent interval for status meeting. It could be random. But frequent interval means when the iteration will finish, we will have the retrospect meeting. When the iteration will finish, we will have the retrospect meeting. A status meeting, there is no time for it. Customer can ask, send me the weekly one, monthly one. It's not frequent interval. Next, which of the following would not be part of your quality management plan? Quality standard and rules, minimum viable product, quality tools to be used, major procedures for dealing with non-conformance. And management plan, we have discussed many times. Management plan means how the things will be done, what should be done, what should not be done. So in quality management plan, we will do everything except what? Gopal, Commercial, Masasha, yes, Bukhari, no. Naveed, yes. In management plans, we define the procedures. In management plans, we define the rules. In management plans, we define the tools we will be using. Minimum viable product will not be defined in the quality management plan. Description for quality management plan will be defined for the minimum viable product, that at what stages or how we'll do the illustrations. We will use wireframe, low fidelity, high fidelity. That will be used or defined in management plan. But minimum viable product, it's the output of control quality, not plan quality. You cannot plan the MVP. The thing which does not exist, how can you plan it? Great. Next, which of the following are tools quality management team use to identify issues? And we have to select 2 answers. To identify issues, which tools we can use? If I say planning poker is to identify issues. Planning poker is for the estimations, right? Or requirements. Kanu model is used for the prioritizations, not for the issues. So Kanu model is for the prioritizations and planning poker for estimations. So the right answer is audit reports. Based upon audit reports, you will find the issues. Or design for X, where you try what can go wrong, what we can do to make it right, to increase the life, security, reliability, availability of the product. So design for X or audit reports will help us to find quality issues. Great, many of you have answered correct. Good. Next. Which of the following are effective guidelines for measuring project compliance? The word is what? Compliance, and we have to measure it. Tracking work complete in a Gantt chart. Impossible, it can be the answer. Using quality assurance output. Assurance word is there, so it matches. But let's go further. Using quality assurance outputs to confirm deliverables and processes, compliance, and identify the needs for corrective actions. Prioritization is not for the measurement. Reporting process by conducting a sprint review and demo. What do you think is the better answer? A, we said cannot be the answer. B has some matching words. What's taking you so long? Yes, Navid, look what you are answering. Yasir, yes. Miss Aisha, no. Miss Bukhari, no. Mubashir, yes. Tracking work completed in a Gantt chart is what? Controlling the schedule. Reporting progress by conducting a sprint review and demo. Where is the compliance here? I don't see any compliance here. Compliance means regulatory organizations. You are following the policies and procedures. Reporting progress. So when you are not selecting A, how can you select D? Think like this. When you are not selecting A, how can you select D? They are the same thing, isn't it? If you just focus a bit, you can find the answer by yourself. When you are not selecting A, D is also the same thing. And question is about compliance, not prioritizations. So C cannot be the answer. The remaining answer is B anyway, which matches our word compliance because compliance is only checked via QA. And why we do the compliance? To confirm. To confirm we do the compliance. So yes, B is the correct answer. Those who have answered B, their answer is correct. I hope you guys are convinced with the explanation. Let's go next. Which of the following is not a parcel factor? You know the meanings of parcel. Can you please say it? Which one it is? What is the answer? Which one is not? Which one is not? Not. Yes, Gopal, you are correct. Mubashir, yes. Yasir, yes. Bukhari, no. Bukhari, they are saying not. Please don't miss this word. Political, economical, social, technology, legal, and environment. So legal is here, social is here, political is here. There's nothing called effectiveness. Effectiveness is not a part of passion. So majority of you were correct. Good. Let's go further. What is the role of a configuration management system? Track change request, prioritize the product backlog, control versioning of all components, define rules and responsibilities. And I think here the answer is also pretty clear. Yes, Mubashir, you are correct. Gopal, no. Prioritizing the product backlog is never related to the things. NOMS rules and responsibilities are defined in the planning, not in configuration management system. Motion, yes, good. Gopal, yes. Yasser, no. What you are checking, tracking change request. Tracking change request means change log. Tracking change request means change log. And the question is about configuration management system. So A cannot be the answer. Prioritize the product backlog has nothing to do with it. Define roles and responsibilities has nothing to do with it. We control versionings of all component by configuration management system. That is the spread of configuration management system. At what was the version 1, 1.1, 2, 2.1, and so on. Great. Let's go next. Which of the following is not, be aware with the not, is not a benefit of planning for a minimum viable product? Which one of the following is not a benefit of planning for a minimum viable product? Risk reduction, early feedback, early value from the service, project team disbands early. Mubashir, yes, correct. We make the minimum viable product. No, 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 no. You're going with the wrong. The question is not. If question is yes, then they can be the right answer. But the question is about not. Naved, yes. Yasir, yes. Good. Uh, benefits. If you look like this, benefit of planning for an MVP is you can reduce the risk, you can get early feedback, and if MVP is ready, you can go for MBI. So early value from the service. Project team disbands early. In minimum viable product, what is the purpose of disbanding the team early? Until you deliver the whole value. So this is the answer. Project team disbands early cannot be the minimum viable product benefit. Great. Let's go next. Last year, your company released a new service based on a project you manage. The company wants to determine if the new service has increased customer satisfaction. Which tool can measure the happiness of users of the new service based on their willingness to encourage others to use your service against those who would discourage others to use your service? When you are being compared with others, yes, yes, correct. Navid, yes. No miss. You are trying to find the service, which one is better. So for this, you read Google reviews, right? Or reviews of the product. So reviews of the product are best understood by net promoter score. A/B testing is for the purpose like you have two things and you want to do differentiation. Which of the two of your services is doing better? Yours. But if you look here, we have others. So not others. A/B testing is only for your things that I am making two advertisements. Which of my advertisement is doing better? But net promoter score, whose services from me and my competitor is better? For that, net promoter score is the answer. I hope I clarified. Let's go next. Every time box iteration in the project has a demo schedule at the end during the iteration review session. What is the goal of this demo? To groom the backlog, to revise the product roadmap, to solicit feedback from the product owner and other stakeholders, to establish the features to be included in the product backlog. What is the purpose of iteration review meeting, you may ask? Mubashir, yes. No, it was previous answer. Naved, yes, good. Mubashir, yes, good. The purpose of iteration review meeting. Gopal, no. Sasha, no. D and A are for the planning meeting, isn't it? D and A are for the iteration planning meeting. To revise the product roadmap is also in the planning meeting. Feedback from the product owner and other stakeholder is the right answer because we will select the answers as per the requirement. In iteration review, what happens? We go for the what we do, we go for the people and then find out what they are looking for. Are they accepting whatever is required or not? So that was quite fast.